Why does this white tee from Walmart cost $6, but this white tee with the Supreme logo costs $950? People all over the world are waiting in hour-long lines just to get inside a store, or even sometimes getting in fights over the clothing. What could possibly be the reason why there's so much hype behind these items? Whether it's a crowbar, air horn, fire extinguisher, or even a brick? Okay, that's kind of ridiculous.
I haven't eaten a meal in 3 days.
But at least I got this cool brick. People all over the world want Supreme, but what makes it so expensive? Well, let's find out. How did Supreme get so big? Because of these guys, hype beasts. I'm sure you've encountered one.
Fire, fire, mediocre, fire, lukewarm, but fire.
But let's go a little more in depth where it all started. Founded by James Jebbia in 1994, Supreme started out as simply a skateboard shop in Manhattan. The store sold just sweatshirts and hoodies at the time, and pretty affordable too. They wanted their items to represent the skate community, and something all the skaters would like to wear. They wanted their clothing to have that classic streetwear style. But so far, none of this is too terribly unique yet. So the real question is, how did this underground skate shop lead to these Oreos that cost $92,000? In the early 2000s, they came out with their most popular design to date, the box logo. Most popular with bold white lettering over a plain red rectangular box, but sometimes with some other designs too. But the company has gotten lots of criticism because the logo closely resembles a logo made back in 1983 by this woman, Barbara Kruger. But to me, it looks even more like the Colgate logo. Anybody want some $900 toothpaste? But copying designs is almost where Supreme shines, oddly enough. They like to take designs from other companies that are super well known in pop culture and add their own logo to it. So the product is almost like an art piece rather than just a fashion item, I guess. Whether it's a Ziploc bag, Jordan logo, Kermit the Frog, Oreos, North Face, or Louis Vuitton, they like putting their logo on things everybody knows about, which almost adds a certain automatic connection with the product. The recognizability is the key to Supreme's power as a brand, but it was really in the mid to late 2000s where Supreme really started gaining traction. In 2006, Supreme released a shoe in collaboration with Nike called the Supreme Blazer SB. The shoe originally came out with the modest price of $150, which is pretty standard price for these types of shoes. Except this year things kinda changed. Kanye was seen in a picture wearing these shoes, and the moment the photo was released on the internet, the price instantly blew up. The resale price of the shoe jumped to $800. I guess you can call that the Kanye effect. Similar instances jump-started the company as well, like Tyler the Creator wearing the teal Supreme sweatshirt in his music video, which was originally sold for $150, now is at resale value of $3,500. The fashion industry spends $500 billion each year on advertising. Want to know how much Supreme spends on marketing? Not one penny. Supreme lets their buyers do the marketing for them by word of mouth. They don't really want everybody to have their items anyways. They want their products to seem rare. They want to have the customer feel like they're one of a kind. And the way they do that is producing only a couple hundred products at a time. If you've never bought a Supreme item before, let me tell you how it works. First, you have to go online 2 days before a new drop releases. You then have to sign up into a lottery type auction where the queue fills up almost instantly. If you were lucky enough to win a spot, you'll get a text the next day of the launch telling you what store to go to and what time. Even then, you still have to wait in a couple hour long line just to get in the store. To add to the rarity even more, Supreme only has 11 stores in total across the world. People fly all over the world just to get a specific item at retail value, or they even hire people to pick up the items for them, which brings me to my next point, the retail value. All in all, Supreme's items are not that expensive. When they sell an item in their stores, usually it's at a modest price of $100 or $200, but once they sell out, they're sold out forever, which is when the resale price really starts coming in, which makes the price of that item up to 30 times more expensive. So don't blame Supreme for the high prices. Blame those hype beasts that buy a bunch of them just to resell them. But this is actually another huge reason why people are going absolutely mad to buy a normal sweatshirt with a Supreme logo sewed on because of the resale value. Sure, a lot of people are going to wear the clothes after they buy them, but most people that are buying are actually only buying so they can sell it for 5 times more a day later online. So in a way, buying a crowbar with a Supreme logo glued onto it is basically an investment. What a world we live in. You can even resell the plastic bag that the clothes come in at a pretty decent price too. To make items even more scarce, Supreme enforces a 1 limit per style rule, which basically means if a specific sweatshirt comes in blue, black, and red, you can only pick one of the colors. If you want the other 2 colors as well, you have to get 2 other people to come wait in line with you. So really, a lot of the people standing in these huge long lines are actually standing there probably for someone else. Supreme releases their products in very limited quantities to make people feel like they're a part of something exclusive. They almost make you work for the product because the harder it is to get the product, the more special it becomes. In 2017, Jebbia announced that he sold half the company to the Carlyle Group, a private equity firm. He sold half the company for $500 million, which, if you do the math, that means Supreme is valued at $1 billion. Companies make investments in order to grow those investments, so lots of people were thinking the private equity firm would try to expand the brand, open more stores, and sell more merchandise. In reality, to try to make more money. But to this day, Supreme tries to keep their street cred by keeping their stores limited and items scarce, at least for now. The future of Supreme is very uncertain with private equity stakeholders involved, but the brand knows as long as it keeps its items exclusive and there's limited quantity available, it can charge the incredible prices that it does. When the rarity starts to drop, so does the price. And that's a challenge Supreme is already facing. Many long-term fans of the brand are starting to think the brand is becoming too popular, which may have them looking for another company that will help them stick out from the crowd. So Supreme really has 2 options. They can either make a new drop and have an insanely low limit of that item made, or they can jack up the prices so even fewer people can afford them. So what do you think they'll do? Will hype culture ever go out of style? Will Supreme ever die? I guess we'll find out soon enough. If you want to see why the Rolls Royce is so expensive, we also made a video on that, and the answer is actually pretty surprising. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Aha! Drip God 101.